Well, I know that Clallam County and Jefferson County seem to think that not enforcing the laws is helping them. Oh, but when I look at these interest rates of central banks throughout the world, yes, you're not helping the global economy by not enforcing the laws. You're making excuses how you can issue court orders where there's no due process. There's no civil rights to the minors named. Yes. There's words that should not be there. That there's fraud and forgery. Because in your brains, right, nobody's going to tell you what to do. Oh. Now, let's say we took this little county and I sent you hundreds of thousands of emails, and you're like, well, I'm not going to admit that he wasn't in Brennan, even though I gave you the evidence from June 16th of 2017. Yes, I'm not going to call another police department. You are breaking something much bigger than your brains have been allowed to understand. Now, this breaking of the actual infrastructure of the United States. See, one more topsy turvy. Yes, one more, well, I don't know how it happened. Pooh. There is nothing for the Federal Reserve banks of the world, yes, to stimulate the global economy. Now, I'm concerned because I informed the sheriff, yes, and the chief of police, yes, that there's fraud and forgery, yes, violations of civil rights, yes, and your whole answer to doing nothing is as long as I have my job, I have nothing to worry about. Now, that badge and gun that you think can never be taken from you, we've been through quite a few economic crises. I was a financial consultant, and when I got to work at Washington Mutual, yeah, I went through the Y2K because of that. Oops, all the computers are going to shut down. That was the reason that I moved to Clallam County in 1998. Yes. And then, oh, look at the market went down for 3 or 4 years, and then, oops, we're going to take interest rates from 5.5% to zero. And then we're going to raise them up for 2 or 3 years, and then, oh, look at liar loans. And then there was a credit crisis. Yeah. Now, from what I see, yes, central banks have not recovered from the credit crisis. They haven't. What they did was they injected tremendous amounts of liquidity into the market, right? And then they're all sitting there waiting for the last card to fall. Now, as a police department, you've been doing the same thing. Yes. As long as we can put him off, right? As long as we can ignore the actual requirements of the law, and we keep ourselves out of prison and we keep ourselves from being sued, yes, I'm going to be just fine because I'm a government employee. Well, I want every government employee to understand, yes, that your job is contingent upon the availability. Now, let's talk about money today, okay? I went to court this morning because the police department would not admit that I wasn't in Brennan. I emailed approximately 2,000 email addresses on June 16th of 2017, and nobody wanted to enforce the laws that require that there has to be evidence of a crime to be able to convict a person of a crime. Because each and every one of you right now is too fucking chicken shit. You understand? To realize how much damage you're causing to the rest of the global economy.